How's it going?
Are we starting?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we don't have to.
No.
If you need a second.
No, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm raw.
Well, we're started.
I'm just raw out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
To fucking
Stream
podcast.
of conscious.
Yeah, we here with it. This is the start of our show now. We in it today
No
now.
thoughts. No. Straight from our synapses to our mouths.
I'm fucking raw, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Eddie Murphy raw over here.
On the inside, I've been partying on accident. I didn't know that. You ever schedule things apart and then you don't realize they're all together?
They're all back to back.
And I was like, oh my God. That's what happened to me this weekend. I was just doing. Have you ever heard of Boiler Room?
Like the concerts, like the DJs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you were in London?
No, it was here.
Oh,
It was
shit.
fucking.
What the
They have a
fuck?
lot of them here.
What the hell?
It was fucking. I was like, I've been here.
Who was it? Skepta.
No. It was Tinashe. It was
Who?
Tinashe.
Oh, I know. That's a her, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
her.
Okay.
She.
Cool.
Side note: one time I was at a Grammys after party. I got dubbed by Tinashe so hard. I was like, damn.
Wait, what does that mean?
We were all dancing on the dance floor. I was like, huh? She was like, and
Yeah, of course she was.
She went dance with like Jack Antonoff. I was like,
Yeah, she's Tinashe. One name. You're not Ashton. You're Ashton Womack.
damn it. We keep posting these fucking TikToks.
Yeah.
One day. You know who I saw there?
Who?
Fucking Fat Tony.
Oh,
He
cool.
was
Shout
on-
out, shout out, Fat
Bro,
Tony.
Fat Tony was on stage, like directing, like it was just lit. It was just like a super lit ass party. Anyway, I'm raw. I was bring all that to say. I just remember, it's so concert people are so funny because like there's always this one type of concert person that I love.
Like a concert goer.
Goer, yeah.
Okay.
A goer. There's always that one girl who's like 5'2", but she pushes through the crowd like a fucking bulldozer.
Yeah.
Like that girl always like blows my mind.
Well, that's like the I'm about this lifestyle mentality.
I
Like,
saw those.
I live for this.
Those girls are
The rest of my life sucks. This is the one time I'm alive, and no one's gonna fucking ruin that shit for me.
Those are also that the energy they use to move through the crowd is the hatred of life that they have like going on. And they're like, no, excuse me, I will kill because if I don't kill here, I'm gonna kill somebody outside.
Yeah.
Like
It's young person energy also.
Drunk.
It's like I have no freedom. I
Yeah.
hate my parents.
My
I
favorite-
don't got a boyfriend, girlfriend. This is what my life is about.
It's just pure party ecstasy experience.
I mean, you don't even need ecstasy. You just got to be young.
Yeah, and just fucking cannonball plowing through a crowd. Anyway, I saw a girl one time. She was like 5'1". She had that energy. It was like you could see the thunder coming down just into her. Like, move, excuse me. She's pushing to the crowd. She's like, excuse me, rude as hell. Just like, move, excuse me. She's like 5'2", and she gets to the front and she passed out. She's like. I was like, bitch, you did all that to die?
Yeah. You'll pass out at shows, dude. I'm a big former show goer. Like when I was a kid, I was in the hardcore, emo, like all that world.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like all the shows were like kind of the same. And it's like all like a lot of crowd surfing. And one time, me and my buddy, we were at a show. I think it was Avenged Sevenfold. Shout out Avenged Sevenfold. And there was a lady crowd surfing.
Slit your wrist. Okay, sorry.
Not quite. I'll let you have that one.
Is it not
but
Avenged?
it's like metalcore that I would say probably doesn't hold up very well. It was very of the era of the time. But long story short, me and Cody in high school, maybe even junior high, there was this lady crowd surfing, but she didn't do a great job. When you're up there, when you're crowd surfing, you gotta like meet the people halfway, like let them know you're coming, because it's not like how they show like on TV and stuff where like the crowd is so dense, you can just jump on top of them and you'll just naturally float up. When you're crowd surfing, you're really relying on like 3 or 4 people to like individually hold you up at a time, you know? So you can't really just jump out there. And she did a bad job of warning all of us ahead of her where she was going. So long story short, she fell flat head first unconscious, stopped moving.
Oh my God.
And me and Cody were kids, so we just like shifted over. We did not help her. We were not good community members. We were not like, like show etiquette. Like, we're all here. We're a family. We're a community. We were not that. We were like, we don't want to get in trouble. We're kids, and we let that. And I'm sure she was fine. My point is, people get knocked out and go unconscious at shows.
That is the risk of.
It's a part of it.
It is a risk. I remember I went to a Big Sean concert one time, and it was waiting so long to come out. Everybody was just waiting, and these 3 girls were behind me. And he finally, the moment he comes out, these 3 girls, the shortest little girl, she passes out as soon as Big Sean comes out. And the girls did not, they panicked for like 15
Wait, did she pass out like Michael Jackson
no,
effect?
No, passed out as in like,
hot.
I'm hot, and this is happening while that is happening.
Big Sean's like, the ladies pass out when I walk on stage. It's like, nah, bro.
No.
You took too long. They need water. They're dehydrated.
Has left her brain, and now her face is turning blue.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing that I've ever seen was like just the moment that like watching her friends look at each other to decide, do we stay for like a song?
Yeah.
Do we take her out right now? Or do we, and like they were like, it was funny because they were half starstruck, half like their friend is like collapsed, like kneecaps. like
2 wolves inside playing tug of war.
They literally were being drawn. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
It was one of the horrible but funniest things I think I've
That's
ever
awesome.
Anyway, they got her up out of there.
Good.
But it was, watching them try to make that decision was a little hysterical.
Good. No, that's awesome. Well, shout out her, shout out Big Sean, and keep each other safe.
Stay safe at these
and
concerts.
Cancel Travis Scott.
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
Push a T over here. Okay.
Start with our headline roundup. This is a little snapshot of this week in America when it comes to the police. So, cops in New York City have an 18-year-old girl die in their custody. R.I.P. Sanyiah Cheatham.
Immigration cops in California chase a man who fell to his death during a raid at a farm. R.I.P. Jaime Alanis.
Cop in Santa Fe, New Mexico, is found guilty for fatally shooting a man in the back of the head. R.I.P. Presley Eze.
Cops in Columbus, Ohio, are facing a lawsuit for fatally shooting a man with his hands up. R.I.P. Antoine Lindsay.
Cops in O'Fallon, Missouri, are facing a lawsuit after video footage is released of them fatally shooting a man. R.I.P. Taylor Shoemaker.
Immigration cops in Pico Riviera, California, potentially exposed themselves in front of children after urinating by the playground of a school.
Cop in New Jersey is facing a lawsuit for ritualistically sexually abusing his daughter.
Cop in West Milton, Ohio, charged with sexually abusing a child, is now out on bond.
Cop in San Jose, charged with sexual abuse of children he met in a youth program while attempting to become a foster parent.
Cop in Rockville, Maryland, charged with possession of child sex abuse material.
Jail cop in Wheaton, Illinois, is found guilty of sexual misconduct with an inmate.
Cop in Chelsea, Massachusetts, arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Omaha, Nebraska, arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Bardstown, Kentucky, arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Poughkeepsie, New York, arrested for domestic violence.
Cops in Phoenix, Arizona, are facing a lawsuit for burning a man's face onto the scalding hot pavement while detaining him.
Cops in Woodstock, Georgia, assault a woman after pulling her over for a traffic violation.
Immigration cops in San Francisco drive through a crowd of protesters with their SUV.
Cop in Marion County, Florida, handcuffed a man for trespassing on his own property.
Cops in Vermont falsely arrest a pregnant woman for selling heroin.
Cops in Lansing, Michigan, shoots a dog.
Border cop in Pico Vera, California, who previously arrested a U.S. citizen, drunkenly went into a women's restroom, approached a woman while brandishing a firearm, and eventually assaulted a police officer. That's a crazy ass weekend.
Yeah.
That was multiple things happening in that last one.
That's just day to life of a border cop. Arresting a guy who is a U.S. citizen and is allowed to be here legally, and then going and threatening a woman in the women's restroom with a gun.
And then ending the day beating a coworker.
Fighting a cop. Yeah. What's up then?
What up, bitch? What up? Yeah. I'm a little drunk harassing pregnant bitches.
You know how influencers they'll do like a montage and they're like a day in the life of a
get ready with
day in the
me.
life of a border
It's like-
control cop. Here I was. This is my 14th shot of tequila, and I decided I wanted to check out the women's restroom.
So this guy kept telling me he is from America and his name is John. But come on, am I right? Like,
Yeah, I know. I know a Juan when I see one.
buddy. I shot him.
I love this white woman influencer border patrol agent, psychopath.
She's like rolling across the fence, like
Yes.
doing goofy ass
Get
shit.
ready with me while I
It's
put
like-
on my mask and do white supremacy.
She's like, okay.
But anyways, that was all terrible.
probably exists
Welcome to the
very
podcast.
Much. That probably very much exists. We just that hasn't hit our algorithm.
This character?
Yeah,
Oh,
this character.
Definitely.
Dude, this
You've
character-
seen, there's women ICE agents out
But-
there. And unfortunately, we don't know their personalities yet. But we're going to find out who they are. And I bet there's going to be some like this.
Christy Nome, the lady who shot her dog. Fucking Ice
Oh,
Barbie.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
The lady who fucking just went out and fucking.
It was a puppy. Shot a puppy.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you were saying that to make it better or worse.
Worse.
Okay.
That's worse, Ashton.
You said it
So
like
obviously worse.
you said it like correction.
Well, yeah, because
Just
I'm
a
saying
puppy.
she shot a puppy. It's even worse.
Yeah, no.
Because farmers. My point was that farmers will go out and do this, kill their animals, whatever, blah blah blah. But this had nothing to do with no farm. Is my point. It was a little puppy dog.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so shout out to Christy now.
Yeah, I think that was her.
It
Right? That was her,
you know,
right?
that was 100%.
That was her.
I would not
Okay,
know this
okay,
lady's
okay.
name if she did not murder.
I don't want to do a factual
And then, yeah,
correction
yeah, I mean,
next week.
My timeline with her was like, what? This lady killed a dog? What is she, like a Russian fucking like spy? What the hell? And then the next reaction was, oh no, now she's in the government. That's crazy. now she's the head of like, what is she like?
Is she the lady who was like walking through this El Salvador prison with like a Rolex?
Yeah,
and,
and she was
yeah.
like, I don't think.
So you're right. This would be the ice, the get ready with me
Yeah.
as we ethnically cleanse America.
literally Christina.
Yeah.
It sucks that we're like, you think you're exaggerating with comedy, and then you remember, oh no, actually I'm a hack.
Exactly.
This lady's been fucking. We're stealing her whole fucking shit, bro.
Yeah.
But
let's start this. So, welcome to the podcast. What are we talking about today? I think we got a good episode for y'all today. We got some interesting stuff. We'll be talking about some Bay Area cops' secret highway robbery operations. That's the way I decided to phrase it. It was hard for me to come up exactly how to phrase that, but I stuck with highway robbery. So stick around for that. We got another Bay Area story.
putting the high.
Oh, that's good.
fucking
That's good.
way
That
robbery.
once we get to the story, you'll understand Ashton's pun, and you'll be
Listen,
like,
some-
"Oh
but-
wow, that guy."
At my day job, we do
Exactly.
that. We do.
Someone
actually-
give that man another writing job because he's good.
At our job, we do that. We give teases at the beginning of the show that are like almost weird puzzles that the people are like, what the fuck?
That no one's ever gonna
Yeah,
appreciate.
They have to actually understand the concept.
have to set a Google alert for later.
Oh, yo, that point at the beginning of the show. Bro, these guys are good. They should have put that at the end.
Give Ashton a raise.
No, not me. I'm never good at them.
So yeah, we got a highway robbery operation, and we got another Bay Area story. Bay Area sheriff who is being voted out of office, and obviously it's very interesting why. And we got something extremely sad: the tragic death of Sanyiah Cheatham.
Yep, but on our Patreon episode, $5 a month, please subscribe, give us 5 stars. Your boy we'll be out here doing the work, you know what I mean? We'll be talking about cops now using AI-generated police reports. You hear that? AI-generated police reports. Cops already, they just saving the violence. They're like, please, no paperwork, only violence.
Exactly.
I don't have time. I just want to shoot. And what the city of Chicago, also on our Patreon, we'll be talking about what the city of Chicago is doing now that it's double over their budget for police misconduct settlement payouts. So
What a problem to have.
It's not even police overtime.
Can't afford all these settlements.
We just keep fucking up, and they're paying more to police settlements than to police officers, damn near. So get into
check out the Patreon. We got on the Patreon. I'm looking forward to that too. So this will be a good time.
But our first story for the main episode.
We're starting with a not fun episode. Not fun story.
Not a good one. If you're in New York, you might have heard about this story. She was happy. Mom denies 18-year-old daughter took her own life while in NYPD custody. After police said an 18-year-old woman took her own life while in NYPD custody, the teenager's family is now raising questions about her last hours alive, demanding answers and calling for more information to be released. According to police, Sanyiah Cheatham was found unconscious inside a cell at a station house on Longwood Avenue just before 1 a.m. Saturday. She was pronounced dead a short time later at Lincoln Hospital. But just hours before her arrest, Chetham's mother said her daughter was all smiles at a family July 4th cookout in Crotona Park. She was happy, and I was happy to see her, said Thomasina Cheatham. The family said that after the cookout, Cheatham got into a physical fight with her girlfriend, leading to both of them getting arrested. The NYPD was not yet confirmed those details, but did say officers performed CPR on her after she was found seemingly lifeless in the precinct cell around 12:40 a.m. So I'm gonna just stop right there to like get a breather. And like, girl it's July 4th. She's having a good day. Mom is saying everything's all fine. Later on in the day, she gets in an argument with her girlfriend, gets into a physical altercation with her girlfriend, gets arrested. Next thing you know, she's dead. That's literally...
Which to me, even like... And obviously I wasn't there, so we don't know the details of it. Yeah. But to me, it just that seems odd just on paper that two women get in a fight and like they both get arrested and taken to jail. Like it just seems like, okay, two kids got in a fight in a park. Remember, they're 18.
Yeah.
Two kids got in a fight in a park.
Yeah.
And I would understand if like one person like beat their partner or, you know, if it was someone got jumped or like some sort of a, but... And again, I'll say again, I wasn't there, but it just seems a little odd that two teenagers fight each other, and we have somehow they both should be in jail. I don't know.
Odd because there's no answers. The thing that I'm like, what? I mean, I'm gonna go on because you see like the distraughtness of the mom, but like this happened. Why? I always wonder what takes so long for body cam footage to be released because it's like the amount of questions this mom has. This family is left with is why everybody's like, what the fuck's going on here? This could be open and shut if they had like police footage of when she was taken into custody, more answers. They're saying, I mean, I'm gonna read to say how she passed, but sorry, I was the NYPD's Force Investigation Division, which investigates cases when a person in police custody dies, is looking into Chetham's case. As for her mother, she is casting doubt on her daughter's death being a suicide. What happened to her? I don't believe she killed herself, said Thomasina. Maybe she said something they didn't like. They roughed her up. I don't believe my daughter committed suicide. The family said police told them that Cheatham used a sweater to asphyxiate herself. To asphyxiate herself. She did not have on a sweater that day, her mother said. So the police are saying she choked herself in prison with a sweater, and her mom is like, she didn't even have a sweater that day.
And it would make sense she didn't have a sweater because it's July 4th.
It's hot as hell.
I was here July 4th. It was hot as fuck that day.
And the Cheatham family on Tuesday called on to the NYPD to release surveillance footage of inside the precinct and demand arresting officers turn in their lapel video. The teenager's brother called for autopsy results to be released as well. The medical examiner had not yet determined a cause of death, previously saying it was pending further study following an examination on Sunday. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn. That's insane. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolute tragedy. 18-year-old girl is dead. The mother is saying she didn't commit suicide, and it seems I would trust a mother's instinct. But also, we don't know. I'm not gonna come out here and say, I'll say this, you know, KAWPS the podcast is not claiming, we're not alleging anything that the NYPD did or didn't do to this girl, but regardless, she is dead and she died in their custody. It is the job of the police when they have someone in their custody Or when they have them, because remember she died in the precinct. She wasn't even in jail or prison, in the little precinct cell. She was in their custody. And when you're in custody, when you're detained, these are the type of conditions. These are like, suicide-y conditions. Like I want to harm myself conditions. That's why it is an explicit part of their job to make sure that this shit doesn't happen. So as much as like, yes, I'm on the mother's side. Like, let's get the details. Let's find out what happened. But I also, I don't want like the public narrative to turn into like either the NYPD killed this girl and covered it up as a suicide, or the NYPD didn't do anything wrong and this girl just happened to commit suicide and that's sad for her. It's like, no, it's like it's a teenage girl in police custody that, like, even if she did commit suicide, it is still on the police's watch. And what does that say about the conditions of, like, what it's like to be in custody by the NY police or by the police in general if you have these teenagers successfully committing suicide under their watch?
Yeah, well, there's a dead girl and there's no accountability whatsoever. It's not about blaming things. Life is reality is reality. Things are going to happen. And people want answers. A mom wants answers. There's no accountability. It's just your daughter's dead. She was in jail. Your daughter's dead. See you next Tuesday. It's like, no. What happened to my daughter? Where's the body cam footage? Where's the cell footage? They're literally like pulling on some like Jeff Epstein shit. It's like, she killed herself. Don't ask me for any other footage. Bye. All right. And now everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is unbelievable. We want like it's reasonable for a fucking mom to want footage and answers of like, what was my daughter's? You have precinct footage, you have cell footage, you have body cam footage. I'm sure at some point it can come out and there's answers for these things. But until then, the amount of time you're taking not to release anything to protect, like, because you're trying to protect whatever what your NYPD. Because maybe if there is foul play, then it seems like if you're innocent, you just release the footage and be like, we don't know what happened. We don't want to show, you don't want to show a girl hanging herself to people, but that's some like footage of family, a mom who has questions. The footage of the body cam of arrest makes she's alive here while the arrest. There's just a lot of stuff that's like could be alleviated with just these fears. I mean, these this horror, this nightmare story that this mom is going through. You could somewhat alleviate her tensions and stop having her go on press conference after press conference, crying her tears out in front of cameras, being like, I just want to know what happened to my daughter? Y'all killed my daughter. Now she's just having to like show a strong face in front of cameras. You could alleviate all this just by giving actual information, but you're just trying it. You're not releasing.
Yeah, they're protecting themselves. Because again, like, there is no way this footage can be released where it would absolve the police of any guilt in this, because even what will it, at worst, the video will show foul play, right? That's a nightmare for the NYPD. But at best, it'll show what they're claiming happened, that an 18-year-old girl managed under your watch to hang herself because that's when she didn't want to be in the situation you put her in. That is also terrible for the NYPD.
Especially when the mom's like, she was happy.
Yeah.
Normal kid. She was healthy. There was yeah, man.
Yeah, so like, it always feels like a silly thing to be like.
Also, bitch, the NYPD, you don't have a good track record. It's crazy that people always have to like tiptoe. Well, can you guys just let us know if so many people have died under your watch already. Your track record of watching people is atrocious. So, Khalif Browder, you guys have terrible people die under y'all's watch all the time. So it's not a crazy thing that people are like, why,
Robert Brooks. I mean, the most recent one, Messiah. Forgive me, I forgot his last. Messiah, the fucking kid who was just killed in the prison system here in New York.
If you are known for, being terrible babysitters, not babysitters, but like watching people, then people are going to be like, what the fuck did you guys do? why are people dying under your watch, and why don't you get any accountability? Why is there no accountability for it? Yeah, so don't no
that
one
was
feel,
Masai Nantwi, by the way, a little young, like something like 22-year-old kid.
It's like the conditions you create are so tragic and so horrible that people just die. Healthy people die under your watch. That's like
yeah. So hopefully, you know, this story, all this stuff comes to light sooner than later, and this tragic story can at least, you know, the family can get obviously what they wish is that this would have never happened, but they can get the wishes of the accountability and justice that could happen under the whatever is left of accountability and justice in this like terrible situation.
Just going on, just every day having to just be like, having your entire world change and then with no answers.
Isn't that so sad about it? Like that's an archetype in America is the strong black mother doing press conferences about their baby that was just murdered by the state.
Like she's apologizing for crying. It's like, lady, you can cry. Yeah. You're allowed to. There shouldn't be cameras in front of you right now. This is insane. It's an insane thing. Like, oh, grieving mother, cameras. Like, it's psychotic. And those cameras are gonna keep, as long as the story's in the news, cameras are gonna keep going to this mom, reminding her, oh yeah, my daughter was murdered under police watch. But so, hopefully they get some answers.
Yeah. And rest in peace to Sanyiah Cheatham. So. Gotta move on. The rest of the episode will be in the Bay Area. So shout out San Francisco. Shout out Steph Curry.
Is that E40?
Shout out E40.
You got to do all the stories in the E40. San Francisco.
I would love to be able to do that. I would love. That's my hidden talent. Is a perfect E40 impression.
To be able to have the Rosetta Stone of E4 for E40 language.
Yeah, just speaking his own like made up language. Its own Star Trek. You know, Star Trek, like they wrote a whole language. Like that's what he's done with this.
This is why we need black autism detectives, because like, bro, E40 would have been absolutely on the spec.
Yeah, and give him a spotlight.
Yeah, like no, this is good. Like, look, this is the positivity.
We have a new language now.
This is what happens when they don't call out black autism. They just call us rappers.
Yeah. So all right, this is a fucking insane story. So I'll be reading here from KQED, X Rohnert Park. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Does anyone know? People always get mad when we mispronounce all these town names.
Suck it.
Yeah, that's our official stance on that issue of us mispronouncing your locality.
Suck my balls, bitch.
Yeah, move to New York if you want us to say where you live correctly. Ex-Rohnert Park officers found guilty in Highway 101 marijuana seizure scheme. Former Rohnert Park officer Joseph
Fucking names too.
Yeah. No apologies. No apologies.
Yeah, I gotta give white.
If you're white, no apologies. If you're not white, sincerest apologies.
Me, every white sub that has ever pronounced the name just flashed into my eyes.
Oh my god. Dude.
I'm like, do I owe them an apology? Names are hard. Nah, fuck them too. But
former Rohnert Park police officer Joseph. We're gonna say Huffaker. Let's say Huffaker.
Huffaker.
Okay. Huffaker was whatever. He's found guilty is the point on Friday in San Francisco federal court of 6 counts, including conspiracy, extortion, falsifying records, and impersonating a federal officer to seize marijuana from motorists on Highway 101, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The jury deliberated for about 90 minutes before reaching a unanimous verdict. Hey, you guys, we checked y'all out a hotel room. If you know, we're good. Nah, we got it.
Honestly, we didn't need the full 90, but you know, I want this is nice people.
Yeah, I took a day off from work. You know,
it's rare you get to just do a little communal.
Yeah, it's rare you get to all agree with your fellow society members. So we wanted to enjoy this moment in these divided times for all of us to be unified in all walks of life for one fleeting moment. So 90 minutes, unanimous verdict. During closing arguments on Friday, prosecutors focused on phone records that placed Hafaker, who illegally stopped motorists to steal their marijuana as part of a conspiracy with other officers at the scene of one of the suspicious stops.
You know, you just do stupid shit, and you know you're just bound to get caught. This guy was just stupid. He no thought. Just I'm gonna pull this guy over and take his weed.
Yeah, sir, I'm taking your weed. Isn't marijuana legal now? No, it is. I'm stealing it. This is thievery.
See, I have a gun. I've shot people for less.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I get it a lot, actually. Yes, this is not my official duties as a police officer. I am stealing your weed.
Oh, you're probably confused by this uniform. A lot of people are confused when I do this in my uniform.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. You just got to ignore that part.
Yeah.
It's just really convenient because people stop when I wear this and I got this gun.
Yeah, exactly.
They typically give me the weed.
Yeah.
So,
you see, it used to be illegal. I used to steal this, and it was legal when I stole it. So it's kind of like a muscle memory thing.
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and keep on doing that because I like doing that.
And I can purchase this. Yeah. These are things that I can purchase with like a debit and credit card now. But
yeah.
Old ways die hard, man.
Yeah. And you're right. The law did change, but I don't really respect the law personally.
Me, as an officer of the law,
I kind of hate the law.
It's not my thing to really fuck with.
Fuck that shit. That's what I say.
That's crazy.
And this story is insane. Like we're just scratching the surface. So where was I? 7 years ago, KQED first reported on a string of allegations from drivers who said Rohnert Park cops operating far outside the city's limits had unlawfully seized hundreds of pounds of cannabis during pretextual traffic stops. As recreational marijuana became legal in 2018, growers who had operated in the gray area of the medical cannabis market finally felt safe to come forward. Hilarious. You felt safe to come forward just because it's legal now? Yeah. You fucked up. You're wrong for that. That weed is mine. So we are going to now take a rewind. So and I like it when publications do this. They like shout out themselves. They're like 7 years ago, KQED, us, first reported on a string of allegations, broke the story. Now the public was aware. You're welcome. So I'm gonna go back to their previous reporting because that's where we can get some of the juicy details in this ridiculous story. So this article is titled "Highway Robbery." Drivers allege Rohnert Park police illegally seized cannabis and cash. A report issued by the California Attorney General shows that from 2015 to 2016, the Rohnert Park Department of Public Safety received more than $1 million in seized cash. The Sonoma County District Attorney received $188,419 of the money from assets seized. Officer Brendan J.C. Tatum, Hafaker's former partner, was responsible for much of that asset forfeiture windfall in his local department. In 2015, the mayor publicly recognized him for his drug prevention work, which, okay. You know how, like...
he's keeping drugs off the street by taking them home.
Yeah, and this shit is legal now. It's like, you know how, like, we say that, like, now that weed is legal, we should, like, obviously, like, revoke all the sentences from people who smoke weed. We should also revoke all the awards we gave to cops for like, busting people's weed. Yeah. We should give them a new certificate that's like, by the way, bro, you fucking wasted all your time there, you dumbass. You fucking dumbass stooge of the state.
They give those conferences and it'd be 17 cops with 3 bags of weed. They'd be like...
Yeah.
This operation cost $52,000. Like,
yeah.
Did we win?
Photoshop the bricks out of it.
$76 worth of weed on this table.
Yeah.
$100,000 worth of tax money used.
Exactly. But what you do now is you Photoshop that $76 of weed off of that table, and it's like, yeah, now you're just standing around an empty table, dumbass.
$76,000. Yeah, no, that's fucking.
So yeah, he was awarded a great drug preventer. This guy Tatum. Tatum's gonna be a big
I'm gonna
centerpiece
smoke
of the
all
story.
the drugs and get all the drugs off the streets by smoking all the. If I do all the drugs, then no more drugs will exist, and I can take all of my body. Nice logic.
They're like, here's your certificate for drug prevention. He's like, what? This is crazy.
Niggas fucking leaning over.
Oh, thanks, bro. Really appreciate
I prevented
it.
the drugs.
It's kind of hilarious.
I prevented every drug deal. No more drugs.
All right, we're having too much fun. Tatum thanked the city council for allowing him the opportunity to fight the war on drugs. But Tatum has another reputation. A growing chorus of defense attorneys say he's a rogue cop. He's being sued for unlawfully taking a man's cash, and he has a documented history of dishonesty on the witness stand. And what does that mean? That means he's on the Brady list. Again, we always bring this up. The Brady list is the thing where you continually, like this guy, and I didn't mention it in these, I didn't include this part of the article where it details the way he would lie, like blatantly make up shit on his police reports, throw people in jail who didn't do anything wrong, ruin people's lives just because he does not care about humanity. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, your punishment for ruining all these people's lives, being a liar that costs people their livelihood, you're on a list now, the Brady list. Anyway, back to work. You're late for your next shift. Literally no consequences except you get added to the Brady list. What does that mean? It means fucking nothing. It means you're just on this list.
It's crazy that like they get accolades. Like they'll be like 2-star general. Like they'll be wearing all these fucking things. These niggas also need like a star of like David or some shit. Like not a star of David. Like what do they? what do they make them wear in the Holocaust?
Okay,
like,
we could probably think of another analogy besides the Holocaust.
I mean, like a fucking maiden.
These crooked cops, they're like Jewish people during the Holocaust. You know, someone needs to go and.
You mean like
you need a marker.
Yeah, like a
negative one.
Or something. Yeah, where like give them like a sign to be like, oh, you fucked. Like
exactly.
Yes, my analogy was fucked. I didn't mean to imply that.
I know. Yeah, it's fine. I
meant more in the sign. The sign. No, but like, how do they have all those like lieutenant accolades?
They should have negative badges.
Like when I'm seeing you in cup, like, oh, well, I'm not listening to you. You fucking. You been caught with child sex abuse material badge.
Yeah. Yeah. And I disagree with the imagery on this badge, but the point is that, and really, and look, and obviously, like the real fantasy pipe dream of what we would like to happen in these cases is that they fucking get fired and don't get to be cops anymore. But obviously, that's just a crazy thing. So let's just add them to this list of cops who should be fired but are not. So let's keep going here. Texas resident Zeke Flatton, awesome name, awesome Texan name. Zeke Flatton said he was driving south on Highway 101 last December when an unmarked black Ford police interceptor pulled him over just north of the Mendocino County line, about 50 miles north of Rohert Park. Flatton was in a rental car and said he was not speeding or violating any traffic laws. He pulled over and showed the officer his driver's license and the rental agreement for his car. The officers did not identify what agency they were with, Flatton said, and he noticed they were not wearing departmental police badges or identifying name tags. Quote, at that point, I really felt something was wrong, Flatton said. Flatton said he had 3 pounds of marijuana in his car from a farm in Humboldt County, and he was taking it to a laboratory in Santa Rosa for testing. He said he was working on developing a number of cannabis products he hoped to bring to the market after California's law allowing recreational use for adults to kick in. So this guy's fucking working at a lab. This is fucking Thomas Edison y'all are arresting over here. Flatton also offered to show the officer his doctor's prescription for medical cannabis, but he said they weren't interested. The officers said they were working for the ATF, the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, according to Flatton. And remember, they do not work for the ATF.
They're
This is a lie.
impersonating other officers. Damn.
He said they took his marijuana and left him on the side of the road. What? All in just a few minutes. They said they did not issue a citation or arrest him. So yeah, not normal police work when you get pulled over by an ATF agent. So traffic laws, by the way, did not fall under the umbrella of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. They come in, they steal your weed. They don't even write you a fucking ticket for it, and then they drive off.
Yeah, cops don't usually be like, "What's that I smell? Can I hit it?
Can I have it?
Can I take it?
Give it to me.
Let me get that off on you. Let me get that off on you right now. No. Keep your license and registration. Let me get that weed.
Yeah, they're just fuck. Who was the guy? Me and Kelly just rewatched Friday again recently. Who was the guy?
Debo?
Yeah, just going around, just like snatching people's shit.
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Yeah, just car by car. Exactly. It's my brick now.
Give me that brick. Yeah. Now they got to break in the house and steal the brick back from the ATF. Yeah, they are Debo.
Officer Debo's out here, dude.
Debo is a great analogy for what these niggas is Deboing. Debo is a black noun. Noun is like what's the action? Verb. It's a black verb to Debo. It's you be Deboing, nigga.
You got verb wrong.
No, we're not. Like,
you were like, what is it? Noun?
I couldn't remember. I was like, what's action plays?
Quincy on the side's a verb. You were close though.
Listen,
Noun is close to verb.
Listen. I'm a writer. I'm a
You are.
master of the
You are. You are a writer.
A couple years ago, I didn't know what an adjective was. To be honest, quite.
But now you're using them every day.
Sometimes I'm so effortless with it, I don't even be knowing what they are. Sometimes
That's true. That's true.
I just mastered them. I don't. No, don't tell me. That was well written. Thank you. I don't know what I did. I have no idea. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, they debo these niggas.
Yes. Okay. So, where was I? Flatton reported the December 5th incident. And just by the way, this is one excerpt. This old article they wrote goes into detail of many cases. I chose this one. Flatton reported the December 5th incident to the Mendocino County Sheriff's Department, the Mendocino County District Attorney, the Mendocino County Grand Jury, and the FBI. Kemp spoke with an ATF spokesperson who said the agency was not involved in Flatton's traffic stop. Mr. Flatton did contact the FBI, and the information he provided, we were not able to corroborate it as reported, the FBI spokesperson, Prentice Danner, said. So all that to say, he's going around, he's reporting it, he knew that some shit was fucked up. The Mendocino County Sheriff's Department said it wasn't their case and pointed to a press release from the Rohnert Park Police written on February 13th, 2018, not long after Flatton stopped. The statement, written by Tatum, remember the other guy, and Commander Jeff Taylor, touted a large, quote, black market marijuana bust on Highway 101 during the month of December. And again, just to reiterate, marijuana is legal. You can't just add the word black market to something and just say you can fucking steal it from anyone because you're a fucking cop.
Got this black market salt operation going on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this man had a lot of black market $20 bills on him, and we had to confiscate that.
Sounds fishy here.
Yeah, something smells fishy. No, that's the weed. The weed. I told you I have weed. It's legal now, remember?
Oh, my God. Doesn't fuck me up more than when I moved to New York after moving from Texas.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit of a culture shock.
It is a true culture shock because I was on my porch. I was living in a hostel, and there's like 20 niggas in this hostel, and I was on the porch smoking weed, and the cops just ran up on the porch. I was like, what the fuck? And I had the weed in my hand. I was like, fumbling with the weed, and the cop was like, nah, bro, you good? Keep smoking your weed. What you doing? He was like, nah, bro, keep smoking. We just heard a noise up there, like they were there to check something else. And I was like, okay. Nah, bro. I'm good. I'm gonna wait. Did not believe it was so surreal to be smoking weed around cops.
Yeah, exactly.
It is legal.
It is
no matter
legal.
how much my paranoia
Yeah.
It comes up every time I take a puff.
We've all been traumatized from our younger days smoking
No
weed in
matter
Texas.
how much my anxiety and paranoia exists,
Yeah.
it's legal.
It's truly PTSD, dude. It's like, oh yeah. Oh wait. We're allowed.
I can do
I'm
this.
not a bad person for doing this. I don't
No,
belong in
why-
prison.
This is literally better than smoking tobacco. But I feel,
Yeah. I'm allowed to eat a
to-
gummy before watching Severance and
Yeah.
going to sleep.
okay.
What the hell's going on?
No, but I actually saw a YouTube video about this guy.
Yeah.
About this dude he pulled over a cop who had weed on him. That's what like got him fucked up.
Wait, what?
He pulled that dude, Huffa, whatever.
Oh, this story. Yeah.
I don't know I don't know if you were sort
Oh,
of.
I didn't see that part. No,
I
say
just
it.
watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was part of it's like CBS News reports.
Okay,
and
yeah.
They interviewed a cop who was like, yeah, he pulled me over. He pulled over a fellow cop, and he cuts to him. He's
Oh
like, he
shit.
pulled me over. And
Hilarious.
I was like, what?
How many people were they fucking pulling over, dude?
Hey, he was like, he took my weed and he left off, and I was like, I left immediately knowing like I just got robbed.
Yeah.
But what happened was this cop did not. He acted like John Wick with his weed. He was like, they took my weed. And now they must pay. And he saw because the report was on the update to this cop, and the cop was so invested in this all. He was there for like
It was the first time he ever felt like he has an actual case as a cop. First time he found something worthwhile to do with his time in his entire career.
Legitimately, like he turned into John Wick. He was like, I am going to see this through. They took my
He's like,
weed.
I'm gonna seek justice. He takes his knee off a black teenager's neck.
No,
actually, you're free to go, buddy. Sorry for what I did.
I have bigger fish to fry. It's like, I think I'm gonna do the right thing.
Damn, I didn't know that. So that was probably the start of his downfall.
Dude,
is that he was pulled over a cop.
I watched the report. This cop was like, I'm talking the moment that cop pulled off, he didn't realize that was this downfall. I mean, I'm sure there was other ways the cop also fell down.
Of course, but it has to be a major factor.
No, this cop was updating. They brought him onto the news report so he can give all the updates of the show because he had been following the case ever since he got robbed by this cop. And so he was like, he even pulled over an off-duty cop. And they cut to the cop, and he was like, as soon as he left, I was like, I've been robbed, and I'm getting my weed back.
Yeah.
And so it was just funny to see this John Wick-ass cop pursue justice for the first time in his life, as you said.
That's awesome, dude. So let's see, where are we? Okay, Roner Park produced an incident report of December 5th stop of Flatton, also written by Tatum, that diverges in many places from Flatton's account. Blah blah blah. We're spending a lot of time on this, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Blah blah blah. There's a bunch of discrepancies between their report and what actually happened. It's all pointing to them trying to cover their tracks and what's the word? Conspiring to steal highway robbery. Oh, remember, let's go back to your joke. Mass highway robbery operations. So let's see. We're going back now to the new article based on the new updates on the court proceedings. So even with extensive public scrutiny, the lawsuits, and a federal indictment, this case continues to present surprises. In February, KQED discovered that Sonoma County Code Enforcement had busted Tatum for a large indoor marijuana grow on his Santa Rosa property. So if anyone had any doubts over why they were stealing pounds and pounds of marijuana, the fact that he has an indoor grow operation as a police officer might give you a hint.
Was this guy a corrupt cop or just a really good criminal?
Yeah.
That's what I always, when it comes to these things, I'm like, is this a corrupt cop?
That could be the smartest, the best criminal in the world I'm going to be a cop.
Because I'm always just like, we're hitting it from the angle, like, these cops are corrupt. No, these criminals are good.
These criminals are cops sometimes.
These criminals are thinking next level. They're like, how do I not get arrested by the cops? I become the cop.
Yeah.
And then it's just, 5D
He's like,
move.
how hard could it be? 6
6
weeks
weeks
later. He's with badge, gun.
Dude, they didn't even train me.
Yeah.
Dude, they no moral or ethical fucking analysis or psychological.
I failed my
analysis.
psychological exam on purpose. I still got through.
Like, what? I said I rob people for weed and they let me in. That's.
I will say though, if you're selling weed, don't let them know it's cop weed, because I would never buy some cop. That's got to be some shitty ass weed, dude.
Just whatever you
cop
collect.
weed. That feels like a sin to smoke cop weed.
Yeah, you're just getting whatever you collect. You don't got no real plug.
Yeah,
It's just a lot of randos.
I just feel like there can't be any joy in this operation.
Oh, yeah, the vibes are-
you know?
yeah.
The vibes are off.
terrible.
That's not why I got into weed smoking.
I'm supporting
buying cop weed.
You supporting your biggest ops.
Yeah.
You might as well buy from the Crips, my nigga. What are you doing?
Exactly. Yeah. Buy from the Crips.
Yeah.
That's what we say.
Support,
Cops the podcast.
Support local ops, okay?
Yeah.
Support your
Forget your local dispensary. Find your local gangbangers and support them.
I actually still do that.
I believe you.
I am still doing that, to be quite honest. I hate dispensary weed. I fucking hate having to show my ID to buy fucking weed. That's so lame. But
So let's round this out here. One of the key witnesses expected to take the stand. So here we get into the drama. One of the key witnesses expected to take the stand, remember, against Huffaker, is Tatum, whose took a plea deal, includes an agreement to testify against his former partner. Tatum. It turns out you can't trust cops when you're doing crimes. Who would have thought? Who would have thought when cops don't respect the snitches the professional snitches don't respect the snitches get stitches rule. Tatum was the sergeant in charge of Roner Park's interdiction team, which oversaw the seizure of $3.6 million under civil asset forfeiture laws and at least, get this, 2.5 tons of marijuana between 2013 and 2018. Tatum has spent the past 4 years out of custody awaiting sentencing, which is currently scheduled for September.
oh, he's free?
But which that sentence is crazy to me. 4 years out of custody awaiting sentencing. 4 years awaiting sentencing, just walk around free. Cops can just like procrastinate going to jail.
Always been the opposite. People are just like dying in jail awaiting.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy. Awaiting sentencing.
So that means he's already been convicted.
What? I've never heard
Exactly.
of no shit
4
like that.
years. The judge is like, you've been convicted, you've been found guilty, and for these vile, disgusting crimes that we're gonna throw the book at you, you can, you know what? Just
Meet us here in 2029.
yeah.
We'll see.
Go get
I'll see you.
You said you really wanted to pursue your master's degree. Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you,
You want to
2, 3, 4 years.
tour the world, find yourself in Tibet, and explore. You know,
Cops
as every criminal deserves.
Cops can just procrastinate going to jail. They can just put off
How
accountability.
Did that like
4
it's not even
years.
like it's like sentencing.
Yeah.
Is what you mean? This nigga is guilty. That is unheard of. Like
It said he got a plea agreement. That means that means he is pled
Tatum or Huffer?
guilty. Tatum.
oh, okay, that makes sense. He snitched.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense that he's getting like leeway, but it doesn't make sense that you're allowed to be free for 4 years.
4 years.
Via sentencing.
Yeah.
I would hate that if I was him. I would want to
No,
get
you
my
wouldn't.
time. I mean,
No, you wouldn't.
yeah, I wouldn't.
I would love that.
I would not.
If I've been found guilty of
Bitch,
crimes
you
and
think
I'm still just 4 years of free fucking
you think
man.
I'm coming in those 4 years?
Exactly.
You got me fucked up. I'm booking it.
And we'd all be like, Ashton is
It's a little late.
48 hours late to this. Here, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm pretty
man.
hungry. Guys, should we order some food while we wait?
Well, I'm gonna, you hear that, criminal? See if commit your crime, and then see if you can just push off your sentencing.
So we're not even done yet. Next sentence, while under pretrial supervision, KQED discovered that Tatum was fined by Sonoma County Code Enforcement in 2024 for a large indoor cannabis grow on his property. while awaiting, while under pretrial supervision. Federal officials declined to comment on whether this violated the terms of Tatum's $100,000 bond agreement. Yeah, look, I'm not a lawyer. But I figure that if you've been found guilty of a scheme involving stealing marijuana, that it might violate your agreement to have a secret, massive indoor growing operation.
Yeah.
At least it'll violate the spirit of the agreement. I could say that as not a lawyer.
Rappers can't even mention fake selling drugs on albums anymore now before they get arrested. This guy has a whole grow operation.
This cop is living the most gangster life. This guy should be a gangster rapper.
What hookups does this nigga have? That's crazy. All right. Next story, we in San Francisco via ABC7. Supervisors vote unanimously to remove embattled San Mateo County Sheriff Christina Corpus. The San Mateo County Board of Supervisors voted Tuesday morning to remove embattled Sheriff Christina Corpus from office. This comes 3 months after voters gave the Board of Supervisors the power to remove her. It was a unanimous vote that happened shortly after 9 a.m. She now has 5 days to appeal the decision. Corpus told ABC7 News on Tuesday that she does not plan on resigning and that she will fight until the end. Okay, so basically a lady, the
Sheriff's getting voted out.
Yeah.
Which is some rare shit. Sheriffs live like little kings. Like they live after their county. If you're a sheriff, a county sheriff, you're living in your little princely estate. You gotta do whatever the fuck you want.
I watched her.
They have given so much leeway, and this is some rare shit. That's all I'm saying.
I could tell that because when I was watching her interview, she just gave the aura of like, I'm not giving up this power.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not like I have a like she had like the crystal and like they couldn't take the crystal from her hand. She was like, no. They're like, everyone's saying give up the staff. No. You have to give up the ring of power.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, her voice is different. She has like her skin's grayer and paler. Black veins and shit.
Oh yeah.
Mommy. No, anyway. We're going to go back a few months to give a little context to this story. San Francisco Chronicle, lies, secrecy, and Hawaii? Reporters
10 out of 10 headline.
Yeah, pretty good. That's a good reveal. It's a good rule of threes there. Report details Bay Area Sheriff's alleged inappropriate relationship.
Ooh.
San Mateo County supervisors called for the immediate resignation of Sheriff Christina Corpus and the firing of her chief of staff. That's what she was calling him, chief of staff. With whom?
Chief of what?
Yeah, chief of, he was chief of staff for her. I'm sorry. With whom she is accused of having an inappropriate relationship following the release of a report Tuesday that alleged abuse of power, retaliation, and intimidation under her leadership. At a news conference Tuesday afternoon, supervisors Noella Corzo and Ray Mueller said the findings of the nearly 400-page report independently conducted by retired Santa Clara Superior Court Judge Ladoris Cordell were extremely concerning and unprecedented in the history of San Mateo County government. Among the allegations were that Corpus had used racial and homophobic slurs to degrade colleagues.
I just want to say real quick, every time like a cop, a sheriff, someone, high police officer, high up, gets like taken down, they'll always like it'll be all their allegations, and they'll always be at the end. Also, they said slurs. It's like, yeah, dude. Of course they're saying slurs. They're fucking cops.
They're embezzling hundreds of thousands.
Stole millions of dollars from the taxpayers and planted crack in the black community. And also they use derogatory language.
She's been doing a lot of microaggressions lately. A lot of people are saying it's problematic, to be honest.
This is how cops talk.
After murdering 6 Mexican kids, she also touched the hair of one of her coworkers. I don't know if
dude,
I don't know. Listen, I'm as woke as the next guy, right? But I don't think
slurs. Wait a minute.
Oh no, that's it. That's how they fucking liberal media. I tell you, right? But Corpus vehemently denies these allegations, vowing to stay in her job and fight her opponents. I am shocked by the outright slander by 2 members of the Board of Supervisors this afternoon. No one will call me a racist or a homophobe.
And she's also sticking to that part.
What about?
Yeah.
What?
You've been accused
Yeah,
of
but-
murder, rape, burglary. I am not a homophobe.
When they called me ugly, that's when I drew the line in the sand. I think there are other things we got to get to, and I think, listen, when people it sucks because like people just want you to do your job, man. Why can't you just do your job, bro? Like, you got to do all. That's the problem with people, man. They always bring these like personality things. If you're accused, even if the other things, I think the racism and the homophobia is enough to get you kicked out of your job because all we're asking is for you to do the job. Don't bring your personal beliefs into
Don't bring your recreational activities.
It taints it. Even if you are even if you are racist, if you just did the job and nobody knew you were racist, you could have kept this. Like, if I had a chair and it was the perfect chair, then every once in a while it'd be like, nigger. I'd be like, damn, this is a good chair. It's doing its job, but like, I gotta get a new chair, bro.
So you went from a Holocaust analogy to a chair, inanimate object saying the N-word. Bro, your analogies are on point this episode.
A little abstract, bro.
A chair. You know what I'm talking about,
You know what I
right?
mean, right?
Don't you hate it when your chair says slurs? We've all been there.
That's
We've
what
all
I'm saying. I'm like, and she was what, like, racism and sex is enough to get you fired, even if you're good at your job.
Yeah.
If my chair
The
was
chair's
red-
good at his job.
I'm trying to like bring it to his understanding. We all
Yeah.
has a job it needs to do.
It holds me up sometimes. Sometimes I put my
saying.
drink on it and I'm worried it might tip over, but it doesn't
I
tip
can
over.
like the chair when it's I'm like, this is the utility. But every now and then, if the chair was like, Mexicans, they need to leave, I would
Yeah.
have to be like, fuck, bro. This is enough to get rid of this shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
don't just think the racism. Don't discount it.
True.
That's
You're
all.
right. You're
That's
right.
all.
Great point.
It's enough to get you fired.
Great. I'll say, look, Ashton, great point and also flawlessly executed point.
You gotta really stick. I'm the type of person you gotta really stick with me to the end.
He's talking about furniture. Where is he going with this? The mind is fucking
Mind.
genius over here.
Listen,
I can't,
you gotta
cannot be contained.
I gotta keep going so I can make sense myself. I gotta understand.
Yeah, where is this
what
going?
am I saying? What actually am I saying? I gotta keep these
Damn,
words
I guess
flowing.
the chair's got to talk in this.
How did I get here? Don't look back. Just keep going forward. Just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Push through.
Yeah.
You'll find the end. You'll connect it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm glad to our audience. I apologize.
No, that was great. That was
To
great.
our audience who has to stick to
That was great. On our longest episode in history.
Long-witted chair analogy.
Yeah.
Really didn't add it to anything. Corpus vehemently denies these allegations. Blah blah blah. Where am I? She says, anyone who knows me knows I would not use racist words. I am not capable of that. Like, her stomach can't like digest milk. She can't like process racism. So that's what she means by that. Like, anyone who knows me knows I cannot use racist words. I'm not capable of that, she said Tuesday night. This is a hatchet job of an inquiry which was commissioned with a predetermined outcome in mind, and it was filled with lies. Just hours before the news conference, the Sheriff's Department arrested Carlos Tapia, the president of the Deputy Sheriff's Association, on suspicion of felony grand theft and theft by false pretenses. In a statement, the union wrote that Corpus' decision to arrest Tapia has all the earmarks of whistleblower retaliation. So Tapia is one of the people who called her out. And then out of nowhere, he's suddenly arrested for suspicion of felony of grand theft and theft by false pretense. So, she could have went.
Sounds like the cops in our last story.
Yeah.
Felony theft.
She got the wrong cops, but or he's not even a cop. He's like just a employee. But Tapia was one of many. He is a cop. Sorry. Tapia was one of many officers who criticized the sheriff's office, accusing management of doubling down on overtime requirements amid other unfair labor practices. Unfair labor practice complaints that were filed with the California Public Employment Retaliation Board, Relations Board. In her own news conference, just half an hour before the supervisors announced the finding of the report, KAWPS discussed Tapia's arrest and stated that she had been working hard at changing the good old boy culture that has been integrated in this office and also exists in the county's government. She denied that the arrest was made in retaliation and said her investigators had found probable cause that a crime was committed. Nah, I'm not arresting my political enemies. Dude.
Dude, she is. That's so political. Yeah, dude. She's like she's like a
Trump,
she's like a Trump. She's like a Caesar. She's like a
saying.
dictator.
Like,
give this lady more power. I want to see how far she'll go.
Dude, she's like, what, bro? That's oh my god. I'm like a little fascinated by women in power because like the who like corrupt women in power. Because there's also that one mayor who's like clearly evil. She's like the Devil Wear Prada. Like where she's just like. She just looks like a boss, like it's boss or something like, damn. This low key is.
Well, it's like
she's a little boss, but this is evil as hell.
Of course. Well, to be a woman and to get to those roles, like amidst, because it's always funny when like I'm backtracking a little bit, but it's like we live in a more modern era where we have like more diverse police forces, we have more diverse agents of white supremacy, and so when they make it to those positions of power, they did have to fight through sexism and racism to get there, and through their sheer ruthless force of will, they were able to attain this power, and now they are not to be fucked with.
This lady had to defeat all her sexist enemies and men, which means she had to be more ruthless than the ruthless niggas who was trying to subdue her just for her sex. And she was like, "Oh, I gotta, the monster can't be."
You calling me out? You're literally going to jail, motherfucker.
She had to become the big fish and eat the big like it's like little fish. She had to become the biggest fish, and now she created a monster.
Yeah, she fucking arrested the guy, the cop who called her out.
Yeah, she's like,
and this all happened like in a matter of like days. Just like
she arrested police officers. This motherfucker ain't no joke. Yo.
Yeah.
And
they think they could vote her out. That's why she's like, I'm not resigning. Like you said, you have to take this power from my cold dead hands.
The ring is corrupting her. The ring of power is just my precious. She's like, you have to let the ring go, Sam. No, you're different.
Yeah.
She became like through the process of getting that position of power, she became the Hulk. It's like when Mike Tyson talks about like him getting bullied as a kid.
Yeah.
To become Mike Tyson, to become the Beast, he had to like beat all the other people. Like he had to become the Beast. She became the fucking Beast.
That was her version of a dude taking Mike Tyson's pigeon and breaking its neck in front of her. Was when the first time she told her dad, "I want to be a cop," and he was like,
"Women can't be cops. Women can't."
Why don't you try something else, babe? I love you.
All right, you arrest this apron, all right? That day, she fucking, and then she shot the glass ceiling. Bow, bow, bow. Everybody fell through. She brought him down.
Everyone was pissed.
So I do have to like reckon with the fact that a little part of me is like, damn, this is a little hot. But also, this bitch is evil. She's a monster. But there's something. Also, even though I don't fuck with dating cops, but this was like cop love. You know, she got her nigga a job. She was at the end of the day, she was just protecting her man.
But what I'll say, speaking of, because we're not there, we haven't gotten there yet.
At the beginning.
But yeah, we haven't gotten to the detail. I want to save all that for like when we get to the details of it.
Where was that? The investigation into KAWPS leadership was prompted by complaints by sworn and professional staff members of the sheriff's office. KAWPS fired her third-in-command assistant sheriff, Ryan Monahan, shortly after he was interviewed as a part of the investigation. KAWPS previously denied the firing had anything to do with his cooperation into the investigation.
She arrested a guy, she fired a guy. This is all just random, trust me. I fired him, I arrested him, random.
Have you fired anybody not tied to the
Oh, he's a great police officer. They arrested that guy that I wanted them to arrest.
The major findings from the investigation included that Corpus and her chief of staff, Victor Anile, have had a personal and intimate relationship since 2021 that constitutes a conflict of interest, that Corpus used slurs, including nigga, and that she, and mind you, she's not a nigga, and that she and Anel engaged in retaliation and intimidation tactics. Corpus delivered a defiant response during her second news conference Tuesday. I have a personal relationship with Mr. Anele and with other members of my staff. She fucking everybody, according to her. She told, that was her word. She told reporters, I've been dealing with this kind of rhetoric my entire career. I am a woman of color that has gone up the ranks in a male-dominated field. This is nothing new to me. Many of the findings in the report concern Anele in particular, including that he had not met the policy's manual duty requirements for a level 1 reserve duty deputy, that he had abused his power with the authority of Corpus, and that he has unapproved outside employment. Okay, so first off, the report itself was just, I don't know if the report was like throwing shots or if it was just like, dog, you're not even good enough to be a level 1. Like,
well, yeah, because he was a real estate guy.
Yeah. The report said he did not follow a proper protocol. It had conflicts of interest relating to his real estate work. When negotiating the lease for and selecting a construction contractor for a sheriff's office property. Okay, so he was like you just said, he was a lease guy.
Yeah. He was like a contract real estate guy. You know, he built shit. That's what he did.
Damn.
And so they signed a contract with the sheriff's office to whatever it was. It doesn't say, like an office built, whatever it is. And so that's when they first were like, wait a minute, aren't y'all fucking though? Like, and so then they're like, you can't have this contract. And that's when she hired him as like chief of staff of this like sheriff's department. And they're like, wait a minute, this is just the guy that we ended his contract. He's the real estate guy.
This is like corruption. Like, I hate to use the word corruption at every level, but nigga, it's corruption.
It is, yeah.
It's like at every.
It's like brick by brick. This building is corrupt.
Element, every dimension of, or you have a sexual relationship, inappropriate corruption. You're doing contract real estate corruption.
Yeah,
like
exactly. You've hired him now as your chief of staff.
Firing
You're arresting
witnesses.
people calling you out.
Lady, did you do any part of the job correct?
And worst of all, you're saying slurs.
Yeah. It's just
By the way, can I say this? And I know we're going on too long, but I want to mention, it's not in this article, but they said one of the other slurs she kept saying, not the N-word. It's a homophobic slur. She kept saying,
say it.
Fuzz bumper.
That's a slur.
Fuzz bumper. I guess.
I mean, now
you get what you get.
It sounds what I mean. I guess.
Yes, to describe.
lesbians.
Lesbians.
Yo, lesbians' gay slurs are just ineffective. Dog.
I mean, it's like, but it's like kind of what you said. I'm like, is that a? I get it's homophobic. It's also, obviously homophobic. You shouldn't call your colleagues that.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like she said two slurs:
and now
the N-word and fuzz.
And listen, and to even go even further on that, she's a Latin woman. And look, her saying nigga, we don't like it. We don't like when Latinos be saying nigga because they be like, they vote for Trump half the time, or not half the time, but you know, niggas be like, damn nigga, who you vote for? But they be saying nigga and. So she just might also just be a Latin lady saying nigga, and you know, it's racist. We don't like it, but also it's like it ain't the same as when white people say nigga.
Exactly.
Is you know, Mexican people be saying nigga all the time. So it's like they're hitting her with that. She might be like an Andrew Schultz type.
Sure, yeah. But the fuzz bumper thing is so funny. First of all, for a minute, and look, and I'll say this. Maybe we're ignorant, and I'll say this. I sincerely apologize if this, but it just seems like look, I've heard slurs. Maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe it's like a region. Maybe it's like an E40 slur that he came up with. Actually, that hasn't made it past the Bay Area.
He's apologizing. I'm not I don't.
Ashton is not apologizing. Let's clarify. Cops the podcast. Joffer apologizes. Ashton does not apologize.
I know a silly ass slur when I hear one. Okay, fuzz bumper.
But we're saying it's not. It doesn't seem like a slur.
If that hurts you, you are not my person. Okay.
And what's funny though is not that she said it. Like they posted screenshots, and it's like, bro, she said fuzz bumpers so much. She said it all the time. There's like clearly one lady she worked with that when she's texting is like the way she was texting casually. It sounds like, you know, where like you and like your partner, like her and this guy, the chief of staff, y'all just like talking shit about the guy at work. She kept texting like, fuzz bumper late again, and it just seemed like that was their name for it. Again, no excuse for homophobia.
Yeah.
But
the homophobia,
the repetition of fuzz bumper seemed. I would be remiss not to bring it up on a comedy podcast.
The spirit of homophobia is wrong.
Yes.
The slur is goofy as hell. And it's like listen, if you're like I'm saying, for me,
because it's not fuzz bumper. Like I've heard like, carpet muncher.
Yeah, which is also funny.
But it's like the thing I've heard, fuzz bumper is like
in the 80s, I could hear that being like, oh my God, but it's 2025.
Because I remember carpet muncher, like people would say that. People would say that when I was a kid. It was like a thing us young children learned to say. I had no idea what that meant. I'm pretty sure most of the kids saying it, we could not conceptualize what that meant.
Muncher,
But I never really took it. And again, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm sorry for that. As like the slurs we do know that are like hateful slurs for gay people.
Yeah. All we're saying is work harder. If you want to throw some slurs, work a little harder with your slurs. According to the report, Anele was a consultant on Corpus' campaign to become the first Latina and female sheriff in the county, then was hired to consult on her transition team after she was elected in June 2022. But county officials terminated his contract after that October after learning the two had taken a trip to Hawaii together after she took office in January 2023. Corpus rehired Anele as a contractor, making $92 an hour. She then created a full-time job of director of administration, and hired him for that job that paid $246,000 a year.
That's a lot of money for a fake job.
Yeah.
A lot of money for a job that she created so she could keep paying her boyfriend money because they didn't allow her to give him the contract to build the office.
Damn, that's a real ass girlfriend, bro.
Yeah.
I
can see you going from like earlier, you're like, I kind of think she's this. You made the joke that she's hot to you. Now you're like sincerely like, have I ever felt love in my life? Have I ever met someone who would do that for me?
I see love when I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corpus made several requests to raise Anele's pay to the damn. She's making sure this is a working family. This is I'm arresting anybody who questions this. Anele's pay to the level of assistant. Corpus made several requests to raise Anele's pay to the level of assistant sheriff, but county officials denied these. Together, Cordell wrote that the Corpus Anele administration is obsessed with loyalty that borders on paranoia, noting at least one incident when Anele demanded his office be swept for bugging devices, believing he was being spied on. Cordell said she interviewed 25 current and past sworn employees and 15 civilian current and past employees of the sheriff's office for her report.
Damn.
Goddamn. Yeah, that lady's going to jail.
Yeah. I don't know. Is she? I don't know, dude.
She was like, the board of directors, this coup. And it's like, no, the board of directors, the people voted for them to do that. She was calling it a coup, but it was like, but the people voted by the board of directors to do that. And even in the board of directors, they were like, the lady that she's referring to, she was like, was it coup? The audio, she's like, Christina, you should just step down. Today's the day.
Trying to reason with her?
Yeah, she was. She was like, Christina, before all the subpoenas and come on, just. And then they cut to Christina, and she was like, do you hear that, bitch? You hear this turn? Literally, she was like, you hear this turn?
That's hilarious.
I was like, oh my God, this lady has an iron.
Do you hear this carpet gobbler over here? Not to say any slurs.
Right?
Not to say any slurs invented by E40 over here in the Bay Area.
All I can say is to that. But that's the story, gang. That's the fucking pod.
That's the whole saga. I just wanted to real quick summarize this. So she took this consultant helped her on her campaign to become sheriff. Campaign succeeded. She got elected sheriff, fell in love with this consultant, awarded him a contract to do some shit for the sheriff's department. That's obviously illegal. They said, you can't do that. She said, fine, I'm going to hire him as my chief of staff. That is clearly, that doesn't exist. She gave him a giant salary. They said, hey, you can't do that either. She said, whoa, this level of sexism has never once been seen in this country. And they're like, we're going to vote you out. And she's like, you're going to jail.
And now the only way to stop this Latina queen is with ICE. So,
Yeah.
Tune in next week as two unstoppable forces.
Yeah, exactly.
Unstoppable force meets unmovable objects.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we appreciate y'all listening. This was a long one. We had a lot of fun. And our Patreon is going to be a lot of fun, too. Yeah. So sign up for that.
Join us there.